Hi guys, day 2 of rough day. Question is, how rough did it get? Let's roll the intro and I'll talk you through it. Hi, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Langers and I am the Scruffy Trader. And this is day 2 of a live trade I started yesterday, which was the 8th of April 2020. So today is the 9th. And I'll put the link to the other video below. And if you haven't been here before, what I try and do is show you trading in the real world as it happens, good and the bad. And trust me, yesterday was bad. I never closed the trade out and it was still running in the morning, and it's funny enough, it's still running now and it's at past 4. I've been at this all day doing what I call damage control. Yesterday I was looking at around a £2,000 loss, and I'll go on the screen and I'll show you why I was going to get in the trade. And today what I've been trying to do is get as much into the bank to pay off what is inevitably going to be a loss. At least I think it's going to be a loss. So let's just play it out, because I'm probably going to be at this about 10 o'clock tonight. And that's what damage control days are. They're limiting your losses. You see, when you're trading, your greatest tool is your capital, and it's preservation of capital. Now, I'm a believer that tight stop losses are a bigger account killer than a wide stop loss. But your stop loss must be in a logical point. It needs to be close enough to protect you, but far enough away to give the trade some breathing room. You see, when you hear all these terms like stop loss hunting, pin bar squeeze, all of these little terms that people use, and you seem to think the broker's out to get you. They're not. It's just the bigger boys playing the game a little bit better than what you are. So you have to think a little bit along the lines of what they do. They know that a lot of traders are going to have tight stop losses just above the support and resistance line, or a recent swing high or swing low, depending on your direction. So you have to think a little bit box clever. If you know that the bankers are going to be looking at that area, put your stop loss in the next one, but have a mental stop around there to make a decision. It's kind of the way I do it anyway. And because the markets are ridiculously wild at the moment, you've also got to have your stop loss that little bit wider, just to allow for the extra noise. And this is why I've told you in a few of my other videos, you know, I'm in this to be paid, but when I get caught good and proper. Now, this has been an odd couple of days. I haven't been through something like this for years. It's been a real stinker. But when I'm on the screen in a minute, what I'll do is I'll explain why I've hung on to this trade. It didn't actually get to my hard stop because I still had absolute belief this was going to go in my way. And when it got into my red zone where I'm really thinking, and don't get me wrong, it was within 5 ticks of my hard stop today, just 5. And I was sitting there thinking, this is gonna get a bit rough. And stepped away, had a coffee, because let's be honest, we all know Scruffy likes a coffee. And yes, I do have one. And in fact, the little Winker might even come and get me one. Hold on, we'll find out. Winky! What's the chances of a coffee, love of my life? See that? She said yes. Now, normally, if I wasn't recording, there would have been a swear word came at that point, and especially on a day like this where Scruffy's losing a lot of money.
I told you, you fat fuck son of a bitch. Never touch me like that again. Let go of my balls. Shut up.
But, is he? You see, part of my plan, my business plan, is I have 2 day trades running at any one time. And it's not very often that I do what I'm doing now. Normally I'm a hit and run sort of guy. Once I've got enough in the bank to pay me a wage, that's it, I stop for the day. Today I haven't. I've seen opportunities in other markets and I've taken them. And I've only done it because I wanted to edge up enough money to try and pay off the losses that's starting to occur. And it's as simple as that, guys. So what we'll do, I'll jump on the chart and I'll give you a little insight as to why I've been doing what I'm doing today. And the reason why I have 2 trades running is, 1, it gives me a little bit extra, but 2, on days like this, it gives me something I can use for damage control. And what I mean by damage control is, if I can pull £500 or £600 off another trade, it offsets the £1,000 loss I'm losing on the other. So the net loss is only about 400, which brings it down. And it's about risk reward. That's how I control my risk rewards. Hedging, if you want to call it hedging. And that's what I've done. So I've seen some good opportunities, and I've actually seen some good opportunities on the market that I'm trading that I'm in a loss. Because it's so overstretched, I still think it's going down. And it has. And I've been taking money out of the market all the time to build up the balance, because I don't think it's going to get down to my entry point. But if I can kill those trades tonight and use the money I've earned today to pay it off, I might get out of this scot-free. But like I say, it's 20 to 5 now. Come the end of the night, that's it. The good, bad, or indifferent, I'm shutting these off because it's Easter weekend and I don't want to be sitting on this across that weekend. So I'll jump on the screen and I'll show you the chart. And then hopefully sometime tonight, I'll be out of this and then I'll summarize it and I'll put it together. Okay. So. Okay, so how did I manage this? Well, the answer is very difficultly. I'll just quickly show you on the chart why I stuck to my guns. It's quite simple, to be honest. I'll just get rid of all the drawings, etc. I always make my decisions from a higher time frame, constantly. And as you can see on the daily, if I put a Fibonacci retracement on this, that move started there and it ended here. This area was what I was interested in. Here. Change the color so you can see it better. This one. Now, as you can see, it's an area of interest. Strong drive down, market returns 50%, which it has. If it doesn't break new highs, it'll retrace another 50%. So there's a drive. I was expecting that to come back down halfway. That was the play. It hasn't broke new highs, you know, and as I said the other day, my stop was just above here and it went to within 5 ticks of it. 5. But the scenario was still the same. So in my head, I thought I'll just enter the market quite aggressively as and when the opportunity is given to me. There was an opportunity on the Australian dollar earlier on while I was sitting waiting for a setup. Got in, got out, paid me, went back to look at this, and I watched it. And as you've just seen, it took it most of the afternoon, but it came into favour, and my whole approach was to get in and get out. That was it. You know, I mean, I could have let this run through in later into tonight, but I didn't want the stress, because if it went against me, I'm stuck on a 4-day weekend and anything could happen. I didn't want to do that. So that was the theory. All right. And it's paid off. Happy days. So there you go. A little testing trade. So I'll go on the big screen and give you a little summary. Wow. What a day. What a couple of days. To be honest, if we were having this conversation at 1 o'clock this afternoon, I would have thought I'd be sitting on a substantial loss. And if you look at the P&L I've just pulled up, I did. I cut some trades dead, but hedged it against other trades, knowing that I could pay them off. And that was what today was about. It was not about making money. It was about minimizing the loss that I'm about to incur. I knew I was going to lose because I had a good idea the market wouldn't go that far down. It possibly will, but not today. And as I said, I didn't want to sit on this across an Easter weekend, 4-day weekend for us in the UK. I just didn't want it on my mind. And that's what trading's about. If you've got a healthy mind, a happy mind, your trading is good, you know. But it also means that when you make a decision, your decision is more informed. And that's what this is all about. And I've said it before about keeping your mind calm. You know, sometimes you do have to step away from the screen. Like I did yesterday. I was getting agitated yesterday. And I just needed to step out of the equation and let my mind calm down, think about what I was doing. When I looked at the chart and reevaluated it, I decided that I was still right, but I'm going to have to sit on some heat. And yes, that heat is going to hurt. And if it goes the wrong way, I've probably made 2 bad decisions. Because one, I should have cut it dead when it went into my initial thinking stop loss. And I could have cut the losses, but I didn't. I believed I was right. And I took a bit more heat, which doesn't do very good for your mentality. And it certainly doesn't do very good for Winky, because I didn't tell her. You know, she's not a happy girl when I lose lots of money. You know, because if that had gone badly wrong, it would have been the cost of a small car. And that's not good. You know, you don't want that hanging on you. However, if it did go badly wrong, it was still within the percentage risk tolerance of my account. And that's the main thing. That's the problem when you deal with bigger numbers. When you're dealing with 25, 30 pound position sizes, it doesn't take long to rack up a big loss. So when I was looking at this loss, it's actually not as bad as you think, because it's only about 40, 50 pips, which in the grand scheme of things is quite small. And my maximum position size that I can take and stay within my tolerance is around 50 to 55 pound a point. You know, anything more than that, it starts getting a bit into the higher percentage points I don't want to get into. you know, which is why I try and keep each one around £25. And as you remember, if you've seen the other videos, I have 2 day trades running at risk at any one time, and they'll both be at £25 a point. You know, so it's 50 quid. So it's within the tolerances of what I set up. And if I get caught, I get caught. But I rely on my skill and my experience to read the charts. And today it's paid off. Although it's not something I want to repeat in the future. I think sometimes you need days like today to really give you a good shake and wake up call and make certain that you're back on point. Because the one thing with trades like what's just happened over the last 2 days, it shows me how cruel the market can be. Because no matter how good you think you are, that market will be better than you. And that's why you've got to be careful and have a clear mind when you're trading. So, got the coffee, which is going to be traded in for my other favourite beverage, Budweiser. Yes, and its little friend Jack Daniels might be coming over to play as well, because I think I need it. So, there we go. So guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe, click the like and the little bell icon so you're notified of any new videos, and drop a comment below and have a conversation with me, because I answer every single one of them myself. So there you go, guys. What a ride. And I don't like roller coasters much. Never mind. Be safe, everybody. And remember, do what you love and money will follow. I'll see you on the next one.